This is the Stockwell Eldridge Show, giving you the real-time information you need to make educated decisions about buying and selling in the world-renowned Twin Cities. Now your hosts and real estate experts, Jason Stockwell and Don Eldridge.
Bagua. 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 No, I'm not calling for ducks or geese or anything like that or some sort of strange animal.
And you're not saying agua.
No, bagua. We are going to learn a lot today, folks, so we're very excited. Welcome to the Stockwell Eldridge Show every Sunday, 10 a.m. here on AM 1280 The Patriot. I'm Jason Stockwell with RE/MAX Results.
And I'm Don Eldridge with RE/MAX Results.
Special guest today. We're very, very happy to have Kim Julene, who's here. She is an expert in bagua, which is also part of Feng Shui, which you've all heard of, or if I'm saying it Feng Shui, is that properly as well?
That's proper.
Feng Shui. And tons of good stuff for you, for your health, your home, your relationships, you name it. Feng Shui probably correlates to all of them and can correlate to all of them. And I'm excited because lately I told Kim that Katie, my wife, has been kind of reading up on Feng Shui in the last probably 3 to 4 weeks and kind of taken heart with a lot of it and connected with a lot of it and is getting involved in a lot of it. So I'm hopeful to learn more and maybe get me on the Feng Shui bandwagon as well. We also have Chris
Katie
Harrington.
might like that.
Oh, yeah, I think I will. We have Chris Harrington with us. He's also a fellow RE/MAX Results agent. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on.
Good. First time on the radio?
Not quite.
Oh, good. Well, we got an experienced veteran. That's good then. Yeah, we like that.
We expect a lot of input from that end of the table then.
Okay. All right. You got it.
Stephanie Havel will be joining us a little bit later here. But Kim, Julene, welcome to the show first off.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
And go ahead, Don. I know you have a ton of questions.
Oh, no.
So.
I was just going to mention that the name of your business is Finding Your Fiji, correct?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That's important for people to know. And her title is Shift Master, which I love. I think that's great, which I believe when you do your Feng Shui, it shifts the environment. Is that the thought process behind it, or what is the thought process?
Yeah. So shifting essentially every area in your life correlates to an area in your space. And when you shift things in your home, it helps shift your life in a positive way as well.
Okay. Can Feng Shui help with energies of people as well? So can it help shift the energy of someone that may have anxiety, if someone's anxious in their life?
Yes.
I mean, I know it's probably not a clinical study that's been done, but can it help with anything like that or improve moods?
It definitely does. Yeah. And I've had a lot of, I work with families a lot, and the kids that have like ADHD or ADD, that type of thing, we can do things within the home Feng Shui-wise to help balance the energy in their space, and they feel calmer.
That's exactly why I'm asking,
That's
because
cool.
I have a son
Okay.
with ADHD.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to necessarily get into that technicality, but it's good to hear that, and it's interesting that you touched on that without me even asking too. So
Yeah. Well,
we
I'm
have some
intuitive
Feng Shui
also.
going on here.
Yeah.
We'll get into a lot of things, but I think I used to, when I was younger, get clients and they'd say they wanted a house with a door facing a certain way, or they wanted just certain things that I thought, what the heck, no big deal. I mean, we want to kind of do a Mythbuster show here on how that actually can play a role, because people would turn down housing anyway in our industry. They will turn down a house if it doesn't meet some criteria of either Feng Shui or whatever it is that they're after, with direction or facing or light or you name it, or openness, and all these sorts of things.
Yep.
Not just the furniture in your home, but it could be the position of the windows,
even
the
the
doors.
color of the door I've heard as well.
Yeah.
And
So we want to get in to see if that is really true. Number one, I know there's people that believe that, but then also, how can we show that it actually makes a difference? I mean, that's what we want to show is like, is there people's testimonials, or is it just a feeling that people have inside, or is it more than that? That's kind of what I want to ask to go deeper with it than just, hey, here's what you want to do to put your stuff at. So,
Sure.
But first off, we haven't gotten to the market update. What's happening in the real estate market?
all right, well,
Is it good? For
you
Feng
know,
Shui?
the latest data is actually good. We've had an increase. So, year to date, we've had a 2.1% change in new listings, and that's from 2015 to today, which is great. I'm still seeing listings down, but we are talking about this time last year, which listings were also down from the spring of
Yep.
last year. Also, we have had a huge increase in closed sales. 7.4% increase in closed sales from this time last year. And I remember last year, this time there were crickets going on. It was pretty
It was quiet.
pretty
yeah.
quiet. And also, median sale price up again, 5.7% from this time last year, which is great. So this time last year, the median sale price was $262, and it's up to $275. That's great news for Minnesota, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you're a buyer, you didn't miss the boat. Rates are still really good. Now is actually a better time to buy, in my opinion, from a buyer standpoint, if you can swing it in the fall and winter to buy, because a lot of times you can get a better buy than if you wait until the spring when all the other buyers are out there with you.
Indeed.
Yes.
So think of it as fishing. You will have properties. You'll still have properties, you'll still have properties to choose from, but there's less competition going after the same properties.
Yep. Other less fish to fry too. So, yeah, you
I'm just-
become the
I'm
big
just-
fish in a little pond.
I'm just a disgruntled fisherman. I talk about fishing every week because every time I go fishing, I don't catch a darn fish, and unless it's little sunnies, which I'm cool catching. But I want to go for like a northern. I want to go for something,
lunker.
a nice big fish.
What about a
And,
walleye?
Walleye, I'd love that. I
Yes.
would
Then
love
you
that.
can eat it. Yum.
I love that. You know what? And I'm doing it on my own. I'm like a for sale by owner out there on the water trying to figure out how to fish. And I've got to just go to an expert. I've determined that my buddy Matt and I are going to actually hire a guide and pay for the service so that we can actually find out where to go and what to use and what to do and all those things. Just like I would recommend all for sale by owners to contact us to find out what to do to sell your home, and don't walk into it and navigate through it alone.
Yeah.
Because you're just alone on the pond casting out, not catching anything, and that's
Yep.
what we're doing. And you're trying to catch a buyer, and we got them. So
And, I've seen people that don't think their house is valued at the price we may think it's at, and then we sell the house at that higher value, and they're
Get
just
more,
amazed.
yeah.
Whereas if it was the for sale by owner, if they had been a for sale by owner, it could have cost them $20,000 to $50,000.
Yep.
It's amazing. Didn't you just have an experience kind of like that with one of your listings?
yeah,
Yeah. And it sold
Yep.
for how much more did it sell for than the sellers thought it was going to sell for? Was it?
I think it was 18.
Yeah, that's a nice number.
Yep.
I always tell people when they say my house isn't worth that, well, I'll just take the difference for you then.
Yeah, that works.
The answer is always no, but
So back to the topic. So our goal here on the Stockwell Show is to inform you, educate you, and to help you in your business lives however we can. And we're very fortunate that Stephanie Havel, as friends, actually goes way back, it sounds like, with Kim, Julene, to high school, probably, right? Is that right, Kim?
We were on the pom-pom
pom
squad.
pom, yes. I was
Yeah.
gonna say, I heard some pom poms were involved, and
Yeah.
Sparkles is in the house. Yay!
Yeah, we were on the dance team together.
Yes.
So, yeah, awesome. So, did you get a chance? I know, I apologize. I joined late. Traffic is crazy around here. on
Well,
a
there's
Sunday morning.
construction too.
Everywhere.
So Kim, I have a question for you.
Sure.
What got you in? When did you get into this feng shui? And because this is your profession, right? That You're a
Yes.
professional professional change maker, or shift master. What got you into feng shui? What got you started in it, and what kept you in it? Because there's a lot of people that I know that say it's a bunch of you know what, and there's some other people that I know, like my wife, that are like all in on it. So, but
Yeah.
it's got to be tough, just like anything. But what got you into it, and all
Yeah,
that? Like, a
so-
little background.
There is a story, and it kind of goes way back before I even knew it was feng shui. But when I was in 7th grade, I lost all of my friends. And I don't even know what I did, but I kind of had a big mouth back then. So I'm sure I said something to tick off one of the most popular girls in school, right?
Oh.
And so I ended up during that time spending a lot of time in my bedroom. And I started cleaning things out. And then I started rearranging stuff. And I'm like, okay, that's not quite right. Then I'd rearrange it again, and it was a little bit better. And then the last time I'm like, oh my gosh, it feels so good. like when I finally got it rearranged the way that it felt good, then that kind of gave me the courage and the inspiration to get out of the house. And I ended up meeting, long story short, met new friends and a new friend, and she brought me into the fold of her friends. And so it really does, really can, shifting the things in your space can shift the way you feel and can shift your life in turn then about what's happening for you. So, and then I've been kind of studying and practicing Feng Shui on my own for the last 15 years or so. So read a lot of books, took classes, but I didn't get certified until 2014. It's kind of one of those things like when you're ready finally to step
Really?
into it, then you do. And so there's a local school, Wind and Water School of Feng Shui, and I went through a 10-month program there. It's like 99
Wow.
hours. Yeah. It's a
Oh,
lot
wow.
of training.
I didn't realize it was that. That's more than real estate training. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and Kim
Just
is
a little.
well, and Kim is awesome at it too. I mean, I have. I'm trying to. I mean, I guess when did you say 2014? Because I've I've been, attended a couple of your seminars and did some things, and I was telling some people too because I just attended a seminar that Kim had done recently, and I was so excited, and I bought some things, and it was the same thing. Half the people are looking at me like I'm cracked, like okay, whatever, and I'm like,
That's pretty normal, though, isn't it? Stuff.
yeah,
I'm
exactly. People think I'm
geez,
crazy,
Feng.
but you got to define crazy. That's okay. I can take it. Absolutely.
You're the good kind of crazy.
Yeah,
You're
think
my
so.
kind of crazy.
Thanks you.
There we
Thank you.
go.
I'm a good kind of crazy.
Eccentric.
Yeah.
But we can, maybe again too. There's a lot that relates to housing, and that's why I was going to say I have a couple questions for you about that. But the thing is I figure what do you got to lose? It's really like why not just open your mind to a new way? I mean, people, it's crazy because to me it's ignorance. You just don't know until you don't know. So why not? Just take the opportunity to learn about it, but before you say it's crazy or it's crocked, it doesn't work, it's a bunch of, hoo-ah, whatever, at least, listen to it and the rhyme, reason behind what's that rhyme behind the reason?
Yeah.
You got
Whatever.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
That'll work.
meaning behind the madness.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Exactly. So,
Well, it's not going to hurt to try either.
right. And so what's the name of your website, Kim?
It's findingyourfiji.com, and Fiji is F-I-J-I. Funny that you're talking about not understanding things, but
Yeah, keep going.
Yep. Keep going. Yep.
so not understanding, there's a famous Donald Trump Feng Shui quote, and he says that he doesn't understand how it works, but he uses it because it makes him more money. So
Oh,
Nice.
that's exactly what
perfect.
we're talking about.
There's a lot of Donald Trump quotes that we probably won't get into on the rest of the show, but we'll be back with more on the Stockwell Eldridge Show.
Whoa.